How many times have you found yourself lying in bed, staring blankly at the ceiling, or doom-scrolling through your phone for hours while a to-do list screams at you from the back of your mind? You know you need to get up. You know you need to finish that report, clean the house, or simply take a shower. But your body, it feels like lead. It refuses to obey. And then that familiar voice chimes in, that harsh, judgmental voice in your head. You're being lazy again. Why are you so useless? Why can everyone else function but you can't? The guilt washes over you. It suffocates you. You promise yourself that tomorrow will be different, but tomorrow looks exactly like today. It's a suffocating loop of procrastination, self-loathing, and exhaustion. But let me tell you a secret, a truth that this productivity-obsessed world doesn't want you to know, or perhaps has never taught you. You are not lazy. You have never been lazy. What you call laziness is actually a cry for help. It is a complex biological defense mechanism. It is the weeping of a frightened inner child, or the red alert of a nervous system that has completely run out of fuel. Welcome to PsychoVive. Today, we are not going to talk about how to hustle harder. We won't give you empty advice like, just have more self-discipline. Today, we are diving into the deepest layers of your mind to decode this unfair label called laziness and to restore justice to your sense of self. Take a deep breath and let's begin this journey together. Part 2. The Body, Decoding the Inner World, The Masks of Lazies. Chapter 1. Is it laziness or is it a nervous system shutdown? In modern psychology, we often say, laziness does not exist. It is simply a lazy word used to describe psychological states we do not yet understand. Imagine you are a smartphone. If your battery is at 1%, the screen goes dark, apps lag or shut down. Would you scream at that phone and call it lazy? No. You know it needs to be charged. But with humans, when we fall into a state of burnout, we beat ourselves up. When you have pushed yourself for too long, enduring immense pressure without recovery, your nervous system shifts into a state called functional freeze. This is a primal survival mechanism. When an animal encounters a danger it knows it cannot fight or flee from, it plays dead, it freezes. When your brain perceives work pressure, societal expectations, or emotional trauma as a threat that is too great, it activates this play dead mode. You lie there, paralyzed, not because you don't want to do the work, but because your nervous system is screaming, "Stop, it's not safe, we don't have the energy to face this anymore." In this context, laziness is actually an emergency brake pulled to protect you from total collapse. Chapter 2. Laziness is the mask of perfectionism. There is a heartbreaking paradox I often see in intelligent, sensitive people. Those who are labelled the laziest are often the ones who crave perfection the most. Sounds contradictory, right? But think about it. You procrastinate starting that project. Why? Is it because you don't care? No, it is precisely because you care too much. You are terrified that what you create won't be good enough. It won't be as magnificent as the vision in your head. The fear of failure and the fear of judgment are so overwhelming that they paralyze action. It feels safer to do nothing and be called lazy than to give your all and produce something mediocre. Laziness becomes a shield. If you fail because you didn't try, you can still comfort yourself. Well, I just didn't try hard enough. If I had, I would be great. But if you try your hardest and still fail, that would destroy your self-esteem. So, you choose procrastination. You choose laziness. It's not a lack of motivation. It is the extreme fear of a wounded perfectionist. Chapter 3. When the brain loses its compass, lack of clarity and executive dysfunction. Sometimes, laziness is simply a symptom of a lack of clarity. Our brains, specifically the prefrontal cortex, need specific instructions to function. When you say, "I need to clean the house," the brain gets overwhelmed. Clean the house is a vague concept. Where do we start? The dishes? The laundry? How long will it take? Ambiguity creates resistance. If you feel lazy, ask yourself, do I know exactly what the very next step is? Many of us are stuck in what is called executive dysfunction. We want to do the task. We have the motivation, but the bridge between the will and the action is broken. It's like pressing the gas pedal while the car is in neutral. You aren't lazy, you just lack a map. You are lost in the fog of too many choices and too little specific direction. Chapter 4. The Rebellion of Neglected Needs. And the deepest, most painful cause is the revenge of suppressed needs. For how many years have you lived for others? Have you been working to meet the expectations of your parents, society, or your boss, rather than for your own genuine joy? If your entire life is a series of have-tos instead of want-tos, eventually your soul will go on strike. Laziness, in this case, is a silent revolution. Your inner child is crossing their arms and saying, "I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired. I'm sick of living someone else's life." This is a disconnection from meaning. When you don't see value in what you do, the brain stops releasing dopamine, the molecule of motivation. Without fuel, the engine won't run. You call it laziness, but in reality, it is existential emptiness, transforming guilt into understanding. So, what do? Please, I beg you, do not try to fix laziness with iron discipline or self-hatred. You cannot heal a wound by cutting it deeper with a knife. Instead, let's try a different approach. The approach of radical compassion. Step 1. Change the internal dialogue. When the feeling of not wanting to do anything hits, instead of saying, "Get up, you useless mess," try asking, "Body, what do you need right now? What are you afraid of? Where does it hurt?" Be curious about your laziness instead of judging it. Curiosity is the antidote to shame. Step 2. Allow yourself true rest. Lying in bed, scrolling through social media while feeling guilty is not rest. That is torture. True rest is when you allow yourself to do absolutely nothing without a shred of guilt. Try taking 30 minutes to just lie still, listen to soft music or sleep, and tell yourself, "I deserve this rest because I am recovering, not because I am lazy." When the battery is charged, the energy will naturally return. Step 3. Microdosing the fear. If perfectionism is stopping you, give yourself permission to create garbage. Set a goal. I will write this report, and it can be terrible, as long as I finish the first 5 lines. When the pressure to be perfect vanishes, the paralysis melts away. Remember the PsychoVive mantra, "Done is better than perfect." Step 4. Find the spark. Reconnect with small things that bring you joy, even if they seem useless to others. Curiosity and play are the only fuels that can reignite the fire of motivation sustainably. The lesson and the PsychoVive promise. Finally, I want you to remember this. Your worth is not defined by your productivity. You are not a machine born only to work, pay bills, and die. You are a human being. And being human includes moments of strength and moments of weakness, times of sprinting like an arrow, and times of lying still like a stone. In winter, Trees shed their leaves to sleep. Are they lazy? No, they are conserving life force for the spring. Your laziness might just be the winter of your soul. Don't hate it. Be patient with it. Listen to the message it brings. Perhaps it is telling you to slow down, to love yourself more, and to let go of burdens that were never yours to carry. When you replace judgment with understanding, the weight lifts, and when the mind is light, the feet will naturally want to move. Thank you for allowing me to step into your inner world today. If you feel that this script has touched a deep part of you, if you are looking for more mental medicine to heal and understand yourself, please hit the subscribe button for PsychoVive. We don't promise to make you the most successful person in the room, but we promise to walk with you as you become the happiest and most self-aware version of yourself. Share your story in the comments below. I am always here, and I am listening. Goodbye for now, and remember, you, right here, right now, are enough.